Hello and welcome to Note to File, a clinical research podcast.
A collection of interviews, candid commentary, and general nonsense for the clinical research community.
Check us out at notetofilepodcast.com.
And now, without further ado, on to the show.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Sticky Notes. Denali, how's it going?
It's good. It's pretty good, actually. It's been I feel like past couple weeks has not been insane as far as just like life. So that's been a nice reprieve because I feel like the past 6 months have been. How about
Jinxing yourself. Jinxing
you?
yourself?
For sure I am. How are you? How you doing?
Good, man. I mean, summer's almost over. It means kids, well, here, kids go back to school in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got, fall sports and all that fun stuff. And then there's the fall conference schedule coming up.
Yep. We have a couple that we're hitting up this fall.
Should be some fun ones.
So just SCDM is September, right? Society of Clinical Data Management. Obviously, Innovation Network Gathering.
Extremely dorky. Data managers.
Man, someone's gotta.
I mean, sure, that's fair. God bless you, data managers out there who have to read the ridiculous responses to queries probably that coordinators put in.
I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and like the older I've gotten, the more I really like truly leaned into like the idea that like it takes all kinds to run the world. Like there are people, like tons of different people on my team, different skill sets. Like you're never going to be good at everything, but sometimes you just need the people who are going to do the things.
You want someone who's like dorky about their job, right? And those are the people who are good at it.
Yeah, who like care.
Get all nerded out and get all into the weeds with it. It's good stuff.
So we have that. That's September. So we'll be kicking it with the data folks, and then Innovation Network Gathering, which we talked about with Lindsay on Tuesday, is early October. Viva Summit is like middle of October. Other than that, I actually don't have too many. I know there's DFARM and there's SCRS. I don't think I'm going to make it to those.
Yeah, I don't know when SCRS is. I've had multiple people ask me.
I know exactly when it is because it's literally the weekend before Viva Summit, which is
I gotcha.
I'm not going. So it's like
that's tough. October is like extremely
dense.
Yeah, feels like it. And then I believe November is when we're doing a Miami meetup for SOS.
Yeah, it's early November. Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, we'll see. There's again, it's getting ready to start hitting.
Mm-hmm. But today is July 30th.
Today is July 30th, which means that it is International Day of Friendship.
Aww.
That's very nice.
It's very sweet.
So you know what? Call up one of your friends today.
Only if they're international.
Well, I don't think that's what it means. But
no, that's not what it means.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not domestic Day of Friendship.
Right. It's international.
All right. Fair. Good point. It's also National Cheesecake Day.
I used to not like cheesecake when I was a youngin'.
Yeah, same.
But I've grown to really, really appreciate a good, especially baked cheesecake. Not mad.
What does that mean? I guess I've never made a cheesecake.
There's like there's a couple different ways you can make cheesecake. One is like the refrigerated kind, which is I think, and the other one's like you actually like bake it in an oven. You know the refrigerator cheesecakes?
Yeah, but I mean, were they not?
Some of them aren't.
Previously baked?
Oh no, I think
they were just baked and then refrigerated.
I mean, you also refrigerate baked cheesecakes. There's like no baked cheesecake.
I'm very confused. Yeah, probably. Okay, so we'll do an episode on cheesecakes at some point. We'll dive down deep into it. It's also National Chili Dog Day, of which I'm a fan. A big, disgusting chili dog.
Do you put toppings on it?
I mean, it depends. But yeah, if I'm going for a chili dog, I'm just going to put all the things.
What does one put? So I don't frequently.
I mean, chili, cheese, onions, mustard.
Okay.
That's about it. That's actually about it for me.
I don't know if I've actually ever eaten a chili dog before. Like I might have had like a bite of one, but I don't think I've ever had like sat down and eaten a chili dog before.
Well, you don't know what you're missing.
I guess it's time.
Today's a good day, so call an international friend while you're shoving your face full of a chili dog.
Chili dog. Okay.
That's it. That's the key.
There you go.
Cool. What's exciting lately?
Um,
We didn't plan very well this time, did we?
well, I mean, thinking about it's obviously that's sort of that time of the year. Well, I guess depends on when your quarters are. But all the companies are like dropping. Like GSK just had a Q2 results call. Like you're getting all those like company results for like the folks who have the, whatever April through May, June, fiscal quarters. So everyone's dropping their results. Like GSK was announcing some plan to save $2.5 billion on some initiative they're doing. There's a lot of that stuff sort of coming out around now. So I've been kind of watching some of those, I guess. Which is always kind of interesting to see, like where things are setting. And I know you kind of looked at that actually, I don't know, today, right? Was that?
Yeah, I mean, I posted sort of half-mindedly this morning, but I don't know. I mean, you see, all the CRO earnings reports, earnings calls, whatever you want to call them. Guys like Joel White out there who covers the field really well. Definitely over my head. And I saw an article by Dan Sfera about how now the industry is booming and everything is good, and a lot of sentiment in there, which just I don't know. Again, not to always be the naysayer, but it still feels like demand. If there's like demand for CRO, it doesn't seem like a good proxy for like the health of the industry in my mind.
It's not a good canary coal mine.
I mean, I just feel like it's means that things are harder and more complex, which means you need a CRO to do the work. Because I made again kind of quick LinkedIn post, kind of comparing like, oh well, you wouldn't look at like United Health and think if their stock is up, you're not like, oh great, healthcare must be doing well because they're really in demand. Joel, of course, quickly let me know it's bad comparison. Maybe it's a somewhat bad comparison, but at the end of the day, they're both these sort of intermediaries between the people who have all the money and the people who do the work, which in this case is research sites, and extract money from the middle. Now, again, I guess you can argue that they provide a valuable service and that's what they're being paid for, but I don't know. I don't think it's a good proxy that like that means the industry is in great shape and booming. And if anything, it might be
that things are more challenging.
Yeah, it's more system dysfunction and it's more difficulty in executing clinical trials. Because if you think about too, like how do CROs get paid? I mean, there's some sort of the economics are kind of perverse a little bit for CROs, right? Because you're talking billable hours, which they need. I mean, obviously, the longer a study goes, the more the scope creeps, the more protocol complexity there is, the more they're going to get paid. Which is great if you're invested in a CRO or you just care about, I guess, CROs making money. I just don't know that that's a good signal. I don't know, man. Again, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this is that CROs are so great, and the fact that they're getting all of this money means that we should all be really, really happy for them.
Well, I mean, at some level, you could see it. I can talk myself into seeing that, like, if CROs are doing well, that means more research is happening at some level potentially. So there's more business. There's more business to be had.
Sure.
And there's more money available to be spent on conveniences in some regard. So like
not doing it
in-house,
not having to do it in-house. So,
right. Like,
yeah. And I guess I don't know enough to know truly, I've read that like using a CRO is like a good way to help kind of manage overhead at the sponsor level. But is that true? I wonder, like, do they save more money using a CRO versus doing it in-house? I mean, I have a somewhat hard time.
We see that swing though,
believing that,
where like it's like, oh, it's so expensive to do it in-house, I'm going to outsource it, and then it's so expensive and I lose oversight when I outsource it, so I bring it back in-house. And you swing it back and forth. And I think it's the truth, as most things, is probably somewhere in the middle, and it probably depends, right? Like it depends on how efficient you are, how organized you are as a sponsor, how your company runs. Because if your company is dysfunctional or you don't have a skill set from an operations perspective, building that and keeping it in-house, if you don't have it and you're not going to prioritize it, then don't do it and outsource to someone who's that's their primary job to do. But I think, it's kind of like recruitment at some level, right? Like if you do it and you do it really well and you can manage it and do your own recruitment work at a site, probably makes sense for you to be doing it yourself. But I think there's a fair number of sites who are really shitty at it, aren't going to invest in it, don't understand it, don't have the right skill sets.
Okay.
So then, maybe you do outsource it to central groups. Arguably, should everyone do the former? Does it probably makes more sense? Probably saves you money, probably is more efficient. Yes. But if you don't have it, you don't have it. And so you would outsource it, which is better than nothing.
And that all makes logical sense. But that doesn't mean whether I'm doing it or whether I'm outsourcing it, doesn't mean there's more or less of it potentially. Does that make sense? Which doesn't mean, I'm outsourcing some of my recruitment. That must mean recruitment is booming. Well, no, not necessarily. It could, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
It's not a straight like linear causation necessarily. No, I agree. And I also tend to think that, I don't know, someone making money and having a good earnings report has so many variables that it's hard to like draw a direct parallel and be like, because they're making money and doing well, the industry is healthy. Like it's a factor that you could feed into other things. But I also have worked at enough corporate companies where you have earnings calls and there's two ways those go. One is it doesn't go according to plan and it's so bad that they can't cover it up. And then you get those like, it's all over the news and you always see those.
Sure.
Or we find a way to swing it and twist the story to make it, this has been a great quarter, best quarter yet. This is why. And you spin it in a way that's positive. So like, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
it's not my skill set, like actually reading the notes and all of that crap, but
certainly defer that to people who are smarter than me. And I guess at the end of the day, dollars are dollars and they go up or down. Now, the true reasons behind that, I think, could easily be not always straightforward or truthful. And even, shout out Hugo. Thanks for the comment. It'd be nice to look at CRO pass-through revenue, e.g. site payments, to see if more money are flowing to sites. I mean, and that's certainly part of sort of my frustration with these things is, hey, super cool. Now you have more money that you're just not paying me. CROs operate on, negative day sales outstanding and they get prepaid by sponsors.
Yeah.
And then, hold on to the cash and delay us getting that cash, which hurts sites. So then I'm like, well, and this would also be an interesting thing to look at is if direct sponsor payments are any more timely than payments made through CROs to sites. Out of curiosity.
You can track that in your CTMS, correct? Like if you're tracking invoices, revenue, receipts, and then you could categorize by, probably varies by organizations as well as organization type.
Sure. And I guess, again, at the end of the day, that's where a lot of my sort of general frustration stems from is like, I feel like it's not really like trickling down or getting better at the site level. So for people to be so happy to toast these already like multi-billion-dollar companies, I'm like, dude, come on. It's cool, good for them. And look, people who work for these companies are mostly all great people. Whatever. It's not a indictment, on the people, but there's still a lot of just shitty problems. And
I was gonna say it begs the question. Great, even if we're drawing these parallels and they are correct, right? CROs are doing well, the industry is doing well. Okay, what is that doing to make things forward and move it better? Besides making someone more money.
Yeah, it's just.
But I'm saying like
someone's getting more money.
We're making more money, but what does that actually mean? We're in the golden age of research. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing to make it better if we're in such a great state? Because that to me would be a better indicator.
Well, you've also got, I think, paradoxically, if you go look at Reddit on the front page of clinical research, You've got, let me see, I had it pulled up. Fortrea layoffs.
And who else
and
just
then
Thermo Fisher had a bunch of
yeah,
layoffs?
I was gonna say PPD. Well, I guess they're Thermo Fisher.
Whatever that
I don't know what
hydra of an organization is.
Laying people off right here at the same time as record profit. And again,
well, how do you make your profits? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, I guess. And that's just what business is. And when you're a public company, your duty is to the shareholders, right? It's to keep making more money every quarter, whatever the cost might be.
Well, and this is why I've always, in like service-based industries like healthcare, I really struggle with like, what is the goal and the mission of what we're doing? Is it providing care, finding new, like things that are like truly, like cars feels different. Selling and making cars, like it feels different if you're in something that is like a healthcare based thing. It just seems opposed to like, where is the goal, right? Is the goal to find new medicines, treat patients, advance human health, or is the goal to make money?
Well, and there's an argument. You need money to discover those drugs and to run those trials. So it's a catch-22, I guess.
Yeah, I struggle. All it just doesn't.
Oh, and again, it's not black or white like most issues. Like you said from the beginning, I mean, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. It's just funny to watch the sentiment change about CROs like so quickly and I still think like, I guess I have to be nice to CROs and like them in as much as they do help give me business and I have to work with them. I do think they definitely have some negative effects on the industry as a whole because of their business model, and that's neither here nor there. But truth's in the middle somewhere, right?
Yeah, it is weird though, because I think like probably shouldn't draw this parallel, but I will. It's like this concept of like capitalism or socialism, where it's like it's great on paper and in theory, like yeah, everyone like this is the model, the philosophy. In theory, it makes sense. Same with CROs. In theory, it makes sense. There's work that needs to be done, and it's easier to outsource. They can specialize. They can help support. But when it gets put into practice, it just breaks down. Like it never, like the work is there, the model is there, but the money gets in the way and doesn't actually make it able to deliver in the way that it needs to actually help solve the problem that it's set out to solve.
Yeah, well, and again, we'll see. I guess my major contention or point I was just trying to make is that this booming demand for CROs isn't proof that things are more efficient or better or even like a boom in the industry. It just means that sponsors or biopharma companies prefer to outsource their complex operational parts.
Or does it also indicate that we're making things more complex?
Well, I think,
and in doing so,
part of it,
we need more support to make it work. When in actuality, maybe we should fix the root cause of the problem.
Yeah, I become more skeptical that that's going to be the case, but I guess there's whatever. We'll see. There's all this legislation or guidance. There seems to be like, now we're just writing think pieces of like, we should maybe do something about some of this stuff.
We're in the golden era. There was a whole giant report about it.
Self-described, bring back or create the golden era of research.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Again, it's interesting. As I had mentioned, I mean, again, it was weird to kind of see the sentiment change, where I feel like there was a little bit of, and this is where I was going before I lost my thought earlier, I guess. So there seemed to be a little bit of like idea that like maybe CROs are going to get squeezed harder as SMOs and site networks grow potentially. Then now it's like, oh, never mind. CROs are making money. They're amazing again. Hugo, why don't sites ask for more of a float up front? Ha ha. Ha ha ha. You think we don't ask for everything, and we are beaten down by the concept of fair market value, which apparently I don't think maybe exists at the CRO level. CRO can probably get paid whatever the market will allow. Yeah, I mean, look, sites. It's not from a lack of sites trying. Uh, no CRO on earth is going to give me free money up front. Like, they will hardly pay for the things that they should be paying for. That always makes me laugh. I mean, I get it, at the site level. A lot of people haven't been at the site level, but people are always like, well, just ask for late fees. I'm like, what? You can ask for anything. At the end of the day, they are the ones that get to say, like, why would we do that? We already know we're going to be late. Why would we pay you late fees? And what are you going to walk away from a whole trial because they won't pay a late fee? Well, no, you're just going to say, okay, fine. And then you're going to deal with trying to get paid.
And then the longer your negotiations, the less time you have for recruitment. So the more time you spend trying to negotiate fees, the less opportunity you have to enroll patients, which is how you're going to get paid ultimately. I mean, I've heard stories about like folks from CROs basically explaining like, oh yeah, no, we have to negotiate 4 times. We got to go back and forth 4 times.
It's a contractual. It can be like a contractual thing, from what I understand with sponsors. Yes, we must have 4 rounds of negotiation before we consider accepting and whatever that offer is.
Yeah, which then just like rigs the whole system, because then you're set out to actually wildly delaying the process just for the sake of the process, not the outcome.
Well,
which kind of defines CRO work.
I was going to say, that's exactly the point I'm trying to make, is that making a bunch of money is not necessarily a signal of anything good in my mind, unless all you care about is investing in a CRO and making money. Then great, good for you. You should be very happy. I want to do clinical trials and for them to get better. Ideally, that would make everybody more money over time. But anyways, again, as all conversations, I'm sure there's a ton of nuance to this we're missing, and it is what it is. But
it was interesting though. I mean, I'm just thinking back to like last year at Summit when we talked to like how well we did like that game show, right? Where it's like, how well do sponsors know their sites? And I think it became really clear that like the audience was mostly sponsors and sites. And there's really a lack of like CROs in the mix, because the dialogue that was had even from like the sponsor and the site side and people we talked to after was very much like, well, we're not in control. The CRO's doing it. And the sites are like, well, we're not in control. You guys are doing it. And it's just sort of like this weird, like, there needs to be more of a dialogue between the groups, it seems like. But again, when we've talked about this, like, it just seems like diametrically opposed. Sponsors are going to make money the faster the drug goes to market. So they want the drug to be really effective and quickly make it to market. So they're incentivized to get things done quickly and make it happen. Sites are incentivized by enrolling patients and getting the trial run. So it's also incentivized by doing things quickly and getting patients in the door. And the CRO model is to provide billable hours and service. So you have 2 groups on either side that are incented to do things quickly and efficiently and get through the things to complete it, versus I'm incented to extend this and make money over spending more time doing it.
And also control the ability to sort of destroy the feedback loop between the 2 parties who do want to do things more quickly. So I to your point, not even just at Summit, but I feel like I've come across that a lot over the years. It's like, oh, we didn't know, or we don't know. I'm like, how do you not know? You're paying for it. And again, it's
the middle management. It's basically a whole industry of middle management.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously good money in it, so we're doing the wrong thing.
Let's start at CRO.
All right. Be on the lookout for the new CRO, NTF CRO.
Can you imagine? Lord. It really does.
All right. I think I'm done. Before I say anything else even stupider that someone can make fun of me for later. Cool. What do we got? We got anything coming up? We got some guests slowly being booked.
I don't think we have anyone next week. We have a couple of folks in August coming up, but next week will just be more of us running our mouths. Yeah,
if you got anything interesting you want to discuss, or if you want to come on and talk about something, let us know. I'm trying to get some more guests on, so feel free to reach out.
Also at notefile.com, we do have that contact us form, which you can submit anonymous tips, topics, etc.
Notefilepodcast.com. So
Notifile podcast.
get people to correct URL.
It will come up later. They'll find it. Google Notifile podcast. You'll find it.
Yeah. Cool. All right, dudes. See you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Note to File. We're committed to continuing to bring you independent and unfiltered coverage of the clinical trial industry.
We want to talk about what you want to hear. So if you have something on your mind, hit us up at notetofilepodcast.com.